Hello, how are you all? Okay, we've been doing some principles of design, right? If you remember back in school, we were discussing what graphic design really means, plus what the principles of design are. Elements of design, we've been through with that. But the principles of design that we were really focusing on was rhythm. Do you remember the last activity that we did regarding rhythm? Yes, it was the one where you had to connect with your inner self, think of a song, and then make a pattern out of it. That was the first basic physical activity that you had to connect your mind and heart to make something that is rhythmic, right? Now, there are many types of rhythms. A few of the sections have discussed it with me before, but for the rest of you, we're going to go through those in detail, okay? So first of all, the first rhythm that we see is called alternating rhythm. Alternating rhythm describes an artwork that contains a repetition of two or more components that are used interchangeably. All right. Now, as this sentence suggests, when two or more components. Now, what are the components of rhythm? They can be all the 5 elements of art, right? Line, shape, form, pattern, and texture. When they are used interchangeably, 2 or more, then that is called an alternating rhythm. Some alternating rhythm examples include alternating light and dark colors or placing various shapes and or colors in a repeating pattern. For example, if you see this picture, this painting, now a few of you have seen this in class in your visual art concept, right? This is the same image, but it is very practically used in the alternating rhythm example. Why? Because collectively we see a pattern, we see color coordination, we see some kind of texture, there is a form associated as well, which eventually looks, for some it looks like an animal or an insect, for others it's just a pattern, right? But because of the color coding, now if we just look at the blacks, that black shape has a pattern that it's following, right? It's kind of connected and it's following a pattern. Similarly with the other 2 colors as well, right? Now look at this next picture. This looks something out of the imagination just because of the way the colors are used. Now, how is alternating rhythm a part of this? It creates an illusion as well. Do you girls remember what illusions are? But we've always experimented illusions using shapes and forms, right? Now, this is a type of rhythmic illusion that has been created using human figures and a real-time space. Look at the light bulbs on the roof. They have a perspective and a line that they're following. The glass windows, the people standing, in a specific order, following a rhythm. A rhythm has been created in this specific painting so that the eyes move towards that direction. All right? That's the purpose of rhythm basically. Next comes random rhythm. Random rhythm describes an artwork that contains repeating elements without a specified order or arrangement. Some random rhythm examples include splatters of paint or shells on a beach. Right? As this definition suggests, this example that I'm going to show you next is if you see it your first glance, it is a picture or a portrait of a man. But if you look at it closely, if you zoom it in, you will see that it is just little dots of different colors without any specific rhythm that have created an entire portrait, right? This is called random rhythm. Next is flowing rhythm. Flowing rhythm describes an artwork that contains curved or circular elements that give the art movement. Some flowing rhythm examples include flowers, clouds, or waves. Now, flowing rhythm is something that we understand completely. Even in music, when you go through rhythm, it is something that has movement associated to this word. But in art, rhythm has a lot of variations, right? Flowing is the most important one. In artworks, forever that you've seen and the images that you come across daily, you see flowing rhythm. But creating a flowing rhythm, let's look at these two examples. The first one that you see, from afar, you see movement in it. You definitely can see, you can make a lot of things out of it. Maybe it's a swarm of bees, or maybe animals flowing in, maybe some dirty water, contaminated water. A lot of things can come up. But if you zoom it out and look at it closely, this can also fall in the category of random rhythm. But here it shows flowing rhythm, right? It shows flow, although these are again just little dots of different colors that are creating that flowing rhythm. The next picture that you see is a very different example. It is continuous, right? It's not broken, but still you see flowing fluidity in it, right? Just because of the movement, the lines that have been created make it appear as if it is moving or as if it is lifelike. All right? Next is regular rhythm. Regular rhythm describes an artwork that contains repeating elements with a specified order or arrangement that can be measured. Some regular rhythm examples include evenly spaced windows or tiles. Now, this is a very common example in today's world, right? In your households, even if you go out on the street, you'll see regular rhythms. There are houses that are built of similar sizes, or you can go into your homes and see the tiles that are cut to similar shapes and sizes, right? These are a few examples of regular rhythm that have been created with evenly spaces put in between them and made visually regular, right? Next comes progressive rhythm. Progressive rhythm describes an artwork that contains repeating elements in a pattern that change either in size or color as they repeat. Some progressive rhythm examples include building blocks arranged from smallest to largest and spirals. Now, these examples are like something we've experimented or explored back in grade 4, if you remember. These are very basic elements of design put together with variation of color and pattern. That's about it, literally, right? These examples, the first two are patterns, the third is a pattern, but this is a very modern day example of graphic designing or graphic art, right? Now, what you need to do is, what I want you girls to do is, we have made previously, I'm just revising this with you girls, we have made patterns, rhythms, using music, right? That was the first that we did. Next, I asked you girls to make a album cover, if you remember. Now what we need to do is we need to cut out 4 8 inches by 8 inches of chart paper and illustrate 5 kinds of visual rhythm. These are 5 different kinds of visual rhythm that we have done today. I will post this as your assignment, but I do not want anybody to copy these example images. Kindly, alright? That's a request I'm making. Now, once you've made these visual rhythms, drawing different kinds of visual weights, these are called visual weights. You are satisfied with the kind of visual weight and what it conveys, then you will select again, go back to your music, that song, that favorite song that you made in the first lesson of this whole topic, right? You will listen to that music and illustrate the various rhythms on a CD cover. It says 12 by 12 centimeters, but I will let you choose. You will use all these rhythms, the pattern that you made first, and then make a cover design using these 5 rhythms that you've created as well. All right? I'd be really glad if you actually name your CD as well, but let's see what you come up with. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you all understand. If not, ask me questions. I'm right here. Okay? Take care.